Hello, everyone. I made the most simple supper you can make. My husband was asleep. He had eaten before he went to sleep. My grandson, he has been sick. And he's getting better. And he came out and he said, Grandma, I'd just like to have some pizza rolls and chicken patties. So that's what I made. And I'm feeling like I don't want to eat. You ever have one of them days where you're not feeling good and you think, I want something sweet? So that's what I'm going to do tonight. Your cheesy potatoes tonight. Oh, wow, you're going to love them, Melissa. Hello. Hi to everybody. I'm going to use, I got to do it simple tonight because I'm tired. Everybody around me for the last 3 weeks has been sick. And the only effects I'm feeling from all the fevers and everything is just a little bit tired. But I mopped, swept floors today, done laundry, folded towels, hung up clothes, so I'm not in the mood to cook a big supper. But I'm glad you guys are. I'm glad you're doing the cheesy potatoes. Hi, Colette. And I'm just going to use my Tupperware pressure cooker to make me a chocolate lava cake. I'm going to use my power chefs, but I'm going to use my Tupperware pressure cooker. And I have 2 of them, and I get it out every once in a while. So this lava cake will be really easy for me, and I'll show you how to do it. The reason why I'm showing you is because I just want to get on and say hi and be able to talk to you, but this is what I'm making. So all I do is take a cheap Devil's Food. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. That sounds good, Colette. So I'm just taking a cheap Devil's Food cake. I was talking to Kevin today. He's the leader, and to find out how we can start taking orders if anybody wants any, because I've noticed several people's wanted it. And I told him I was simply using these things because I use them every day, just about every day. So let's take I'll private message you, Patricia. I'm going to take the Devil's Food cake mix. First I'm going to read the instructions on the box. You just read the instructions, and you can always do this with a mixer too, but I'm going to do this. I don't want to drag my mixer clear over here. So it says in a large bowl, put in 1 cup of water, but I want to do the eggs first. We do 3 eggs. And I was going to tell you too, there's a little hack to cakes. If you can get a cheap cake, you can make it taste just like a bakery cake by doing certain things to it. But since I'm making a lava cake, I'm not going to do that tonight. So I took 3 eggs. Mix them up a little bit. So it sounds like a lot of you got your supper made really nice. So I just mixed that up a little bit, the egg. And then 1/3 cup of oil. Put that in there. cup of water. And then I'll mix that up a little bit. I had to do all my dish towels and dish rags by themselves today because I had them all used up. I've got a lot of them, and I go through a lot of them. So I got that mixed up. Now I'm just going to put the cake in there. I should have brought my scissors over and done this. It's a whole lot easier to get out. Have you ever opened one that went everywhere? That's what I'm trying to avoid. Kevin was making something with flour, I think. I think it was flour or powdered sugar, and he went to shake it up and it went everywhere. I think that was one of the best videos I ever watched. I really liked it, and I needed it. So we'll just mix this cake mix up in this little Power Chef. You don't have to jerk it clear back. You just go like this, and you'll feel that thicken up in there. Hi, Amy. I wasn't going to get on tonight, but I missed you guys, so I went ahead and thought I'll make me a lava cake while I'm talking to him. Has any of you guys, and I hate to even mention this, but has any of you guys ever watched the 600 Pound Life? I'll wait till you answer me before I tell you. So I'm going to make a lava cake. So that's done. It's just, I wanted to make sure it's mixed up real nice. You're watching it now, Tammy? Well, I don't get to see it until it's over and gets on Prime Video, because I don't have regular TV. I just do Prime Videos. But Tammy, I'm the only person I think alive that can watch that show and eat while I'm watching it. You guys always say you get hungry for what I make. I'll watch that show and sit there and eat an ice cream bar or whatever, and I laugh. I tell my husband, I said, I think I'm the only woman alive that can eat while she's watching that show. So, anyway, I like watching it, Tammy. For some reason, I really feel for the people, you know, because I have a hard time getting around as big as I am. And it's, I don't know how people do it. I guess it's just their willpower. So I'm going to take the cake mix, which I can't lick. The only downside to this is you can't lick the sharp knives. Mom used to give us I'm going to put that over here. She used to give us the beaters. She had one of them little hand mixers. She used to give us the beaters, and whoever got the beaters, the other one got the bowl. So I kind of stand back and let the other ones have the beaters, because I wanted the bowl so I could stick my finger in there and eat it. And we're still alive. I mean, it didn't do anything to us. But see that consistency there? I didn't even turn that very much, and it made that cake mix. So I'm going to pour that in here. Now this is the Tupperware pressure cooker. I use it for beans. I use it for a lot of stuff because it gets done quicker. And if I'm like going to church or going somewhere, I have to use it so I can get it done quicker. And I do have a big XL that my sister got me in California. She sent it to me before she died. And I use it too. But I don't use it as much as this because she got it for me and I just want to keep it as long as I can. She called me one day from California, and she said, I got you and me something, and it should be coming in the mail. It's a big old XL pressure cooker. But mostly when I use it to home can my pint jars, because it'll do 7 of them. So I try to save it for that. So you just put that in there. We're going to... There's nothing like hot fudge lava cake to me. I used to, when I was a little kid, there was these people, they had a great big family. And I was a kid that ran around everywhere. I mean, just everywhere, wherever I wanted to go. And the girl asked me if I could stay overnight, and I said yeah, so that the parents let me, but they were, you could tell they had a big family, had a hard time. But that mother made this big pan of chocolate fudge cake. And that was the first time I'd ever tasted it. And that turned my life around. I loved that. But the only thing is, I could have ate about half of it, but I only had one piece because there was too many of us kids. You got rid of your microwave because we rarely used it, but I miss it for stuff like this. Yeah, I didn't use much either. My oldest son wouldn't even have one in his house, and I couldn't even hardly talk him into it. But here recently, he got one. So I got him one of the Tupperware skillets. You can use it as a panini press. You can use it as a casserole dish. So I got him and my youngest son one for Christmas, since he's got a microwave now. And I think I got my daughter one of these pressure cookers. So we'll do this, put this in here. It's truly a shame of me to want to make something just so I could get on here and be with you guys and talk. So I've got that done, the cake part of it. Now, I got to make the pudding, because pudding goes in this. And I'm kind of going along as I go because I don't have any chocolate chips. So I'm going to make the pudding, which all it is, you know, a box of pudding. I'm going to put some milk in here. I opened a gallon of milk, or I didn't open it. I opened up the cap a little bit ago. And whew, it was sour. Somehow it got back in the refrigerator, so I had to open a new one. You can always make biscuits out of it, but... So I'm going to put the chocolate pudding in there. You can also do these in the stack cooker for Tupperware, but I want to do the pressure cooker tonight and get it going here. So I'm just going to use this this Power Chef. Little drop of oil there, don't want to waste it. And do the pudding. I think I have all Tupperware products in a couple different colors. Paula, I was a consultant, and I kept getting samples, and that's how I bought Christmas for my kids. Like them, I remember when they had the skillets, they're $199, but man, they're a lifetime, you know, that you can do so much with them. And I wanted so bad to get my kids, my boys one. They had them out on sample, and I grabbed a couple of them for them. I think you could only get 2. So I grabbed a couple of them and saved them all this time until Christmas. And that's the thing about it is you get one color and then you want another color. Yeah, I do have quite a bit of it. We had to put it in it was a front bedroom, but we cleaned it all out and shampooed the carpet and put shelves in. Between the red, no, there's no difference, Colette. The only difference is the color. I had the blue, and I got my daughter-in-law one of these blue ones, and I still have some. I think I got 2 of the crank kind, and I have one of the whips that goes in the red one, and I haven't even used them. But I got them through, you know, getting orders and stuff like that. I haven't done it for a while. I was actually talking to Kevin today about getting back up there, but I was babysitting and I wanted to put all my attention on the baby when I was there, and then when I got home we had other things to do, so I didn't really do a lot of it. I remember one night I had a party down at a church and I used one of the Tupperware can openers. And I said, it doesn't leave any sharp edges, and I can't have sharp edges anyway. And I put my finger around the lid after I took it off, and one of my friends jumped up. She said, "Oh, Pam, you can't do that." I said, "Yeah, it doesn't leave any sharp edges." So I sold 3 of them that night because of that reason. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. I've got the Tupperware shaker, and I'll just put him in it and shake it while I'm sitting there in my chair, and then eat a little bit out of it. I got that idea off of Kevin. He made it look so good, I thought, well, I'll do that too. So there is no difference. And Paula, I'll tell you what, you need to take a video around your stuff and show me. So we're making a chocolate lava cake. That pudding's pretty well done, but I'll do it a little more. Better than getting the mixer. I don't have a little mixer. I got the big KitchenAid my son got me, I think about 6 years ago. He bought it for me. Him and his wife. She's always finding bargains. They're good to me. Now, if I'd have put the whip in here instead of this blade, it would have been done by now. The pudding. It's done anyway. Put that over there. So I don't know if they'll come out with another color or not. I remember when they came out with the pink That's a Bowl set. I thought I hit the jackpot. So here's the pudding. And I could probably sit there and eat that. So I'm going to take my pressure cooker. And we put the cake mix in, remember. And then we're just going to dollop that pudding right in little places in this cake. And that's going to add the effect to your lava cake. And I didn't have any chocolate chips, so I thought of something else to do, and we'll get into that here in a second. So I went out to the school today to get my other grandson. He's 16. He looked horrible. He stays with my sister, my daughter. And I kept trying to get him to come home because I knew he wasn't feeling good. He said, "No, Grandma, we didn't have school Friday." He said, "I need to get some work done out here." And so I said, "All right, honey, I'm going to go home. If you need me, you call me." Well, he called his dad later. He ended up in the hospital. My daughter said, "Do you know Braden's at the hospital?" I said, "No, I don't. I tried to get him to come home today from school." And she said, "Yeah, he's at the hospital." So I called my son, and he said they've checked everything on him. But he looks peaked. I think he had belly problems. He's real slim, tall and slim. But he said his stomach was hurting. So since I don't have chocolate chips, you can remember, get that off there. I hope I don't get that down my fingernail. I hate, okay. I'm going to take, I've put this in the freezer, this fudge that I made the other night for you. And since, that's really froze. Since it has the sweetened condensed milk in it and the chocolate chips, I'm going to put some in here. I'm just going to shave it in there. Plastic in the Tupperware products. I have no idea, Amy. Maybe Melissa might know. I'm sorry. I should know all that. But you see, I'm going to cut this off real thin and put this down in there. And that'll take up for my chocolate chips because I like the fact that it has sweetened condensed milk in it. So that's even making it creamier and more chocolate. So it's got the chocolate chips and the sweetened condensed milk. And I put, remember, half a stick of butter in it. So that's really going to make a good lava in there. Okay. Put this over here. Now, what I like about just tastes like that Hershey chocolate bar. Okay, now very rich. Had chocolate over the, there's an arrow right here and there is an arrow on top, and that's how simple it is. I just put this down over there and shut it, and it locked it. But you never want to pull up on this part here, because that's what locks the pressure cooker, and it's not a handle. So you just stick that down in there like that, make sure that's locked on, and I'm going to swing around and put that in the microwave oven just for several minutes. There. Now I'll try to clean up a little bit here. Let's talk, if you got a minute. Yeah, it is. And it's BPA free, and they got all kinds of different, like the steamer. I've got one of them, and you can boil eggs. Like, if you put 10 eggs in, put it in there for 10 minutes with a little water in the bottom. But it's got a plastic, the Tupperware stuff around the outside, but on the inside it's metal, and that and even in the skillet, when the microwave goes on, it's not going through, it's just heating up that metal, and you're cooking in that. So that's why I like using it. It is very, very sturdy and safe. I've always been afraid of pressure cookers, because I had a friend, and we went down to her daughter's house one day, and she was cooking a turkey dinner. And when we got there, the turkey was all over the ceiling, the walls. Her pressure cooker blew up. It was all over the walls and ceiling. And the only thing she had left in the freezer was hot dogs. So they got some hot dogs out and ate them. Well, I was always afraid of them. You know, I didn't want to get blowed up. But so happened she wasn't in the room at the time. And but these are real safe, and the one that my sister got me is really safe. Scared me to death once, but it's safe too. But this one, it's just got that lock, and it's got that little nodule on it that when it's up, it tells you that's too hot, it's still under pressure. And when that goes down, it's done, it's ready. So, actually, I was going, Colette, I was going to do some green beans in it to show you, but since you don't have one of them, I'm going to do the green beans on a regular stove so that you can see how I do them. There's some few little techniques that makes them. My grandson loves them. He said he could eat them every day. So I'll do them on the stove. The jiggler, yeah. Amy, you know more about this than me. You should be, you could be doing something about that. The jiggler, that's right. I never can think of names and things like that right offhand. Anyway, it's cooking in the microwave, and it'll be cakey, but then in the middle, it will have like a lava chocolate in it. So it'll be pretty good. And in a stack cooker and in the pressure cooker, you can have a cake in 6 or 7 minutes. I usually do 8 in the stack cooker. You can do pineapple upside down and chocolate lava, just about anything. But anyway, I'm here to talk to you guys and see how you're doing. Do you think that chocolate lava cake sounds good tonight? Hi Cheryl, how are you? It was so pretty and sunshiny today. I got a lot of stuff done here. I'm satisfied that I got a lot of stuff done. So we'll wait and see how this cake's going to turn out. Care home, so I have to cook multiple big meals. My Tupperware cuts a lot of my cooking in half. Wow. Yeah, it was. Well, I salute you, Paula, for cooking multiple meals, you know, for people. And you run a family care home. You know, I have always thought about that and always wanted to do that. What my dream and vision was, I don't know what kind you run, but what my dream and vision was always to get a big house with a great big foyer room and have a great big table in it. And a big kitchen and then have all these rooms where each person had their own room, like people that were lonely or people that didn't have anybody or anything. Then we could all, like the elderly, and we could get together and let a few people cook one day, a few people cook the other day, and then all gather at the table and eat together. And then everybody could have their own privacy. They could go to their own room and have their own privacy for, like, if they didn't want to mingle, if they felt like they wanted to be alone. Something I've always wanted to do and always thought about, you know. I was telling my husband the other day about the Arcadia Acres closed down. It's just sitting there, empty. I told him, I said, boy, it's got 2 big places for kitchens, and I said it would be so nice to be able to do that with people. But it's just a dream. I'm doing pretty good, Cheryl. I just wish this sickness that everybody's got going around would tame itself down a little bit. I was worried today about my grandson, the 16-year-old, because he wouldn't come home with me. He called me out there to bring him home, but he just decided he better stay there and get his work done. Then he ended up at the hospital anyway. His daddy had to come and get him and take him. So, we'll see how this is going to do. I'll go get it. I don't think that thing's up yet. I wonder if wait a minute, I wonder if they got that on full power or off of full power. Well, I don't know how to use this. I don't know how to use my own microwave very good. It's still up a little bit, isn't it? I hate to put it in there anymore, but sometimes they'll change the power in it, and I don't know they're doing it. So I don't really check because I'm illiterate when it comes to knowing all them little tweaks and whistles about microwaves and how to do all that stuff. But it's still up there, so we'll wait till it goes down. It's everywhere, Cheryl. Thank you, Vicki. No, actually, Cheryl, Tupperware still has parties. And I'll try to find that video and put it up for you to see. When I did it, and I'm getting back into it because I'm not babysitting now, but I went to this elderly woman's house, and we used to take care of her all the time, and she's a friend. And she couldn't get out, and I thought, you know what, that's the thing I need to do. I need to take the Tupperware and the things over there and make them something. So that's what I did. I started doing like home videos of going to people's places and doing it. And I made her a Reuben sandwich. I went and got the rye bread and the corned beef and you know, the crowd. I took all that with me. She just sat in her electric chair and watched me, and I talked to her while I was doing it. And when she ate it, she took a bite and said it was delicious. and I made it in the Tupperware grill for her. And anyway, she said she was, see, she's 77 years old and never ever ate a Reuben sandwich. Never. And I couldn't believe she had never tasted one. Well, when I did that, she wanted a grill. Now, that wasn't my intentions. My intention was to share what I was doing with her, because I always share everything with her. And she started making like sausage patties in it and hamburgers, and I talked to her on the phone, and she'd say, I'm making me some cheeseburgers. So that's what I did mostly. I thought that would be a good idea to, instead of, but parties, yes, I've done parties. They still have parties a lot. I do it more, I would do it more that way than online, because I like people and I like to be around people. And that's the way I would continue if it was me, the way they used to do it. So I want to make sure. I better watch what I'm doing. Let me look in here and see if this is done. You always turn it away from you. Oh yeah, it's done. It's pulled out from the edges. I was a little leery because it happened so quickly. That was 7 minutes. And I kept looking thinking, you can't be done that quick. So it's pulled away from the edges, and that's one sure way telling it's done. So let me get something and we'll see what this is about. I got the blue. This chair, I'll tell you. If you don't watch it, you go way back with these wood floors. So I've got everything in front of you there. I was going to put it on blue, but I thought you could see it better on pink. So yep, it's done. But I don't know if you're supposed to let it sit for a while or not, but I'm a very impatient person. Look how spongy that is. Real nice and spongy. Just cut down into that. I was going to use a big ice cream dip, but ooh boy. Look at all that goodness down in there. See all that lava? And that's hot cake. It's done perfectly. And underneath that is all that lava. Chocolate lava. And see that fudge I put on there, in there, and the pudding made the lava. But the cake is perfect. What do you think about that? No, my microwave ain't still on. My fan is. I got a fan over there. I have to have a fan on all the time. Yeah, I just took it out with a spoon, so Yeah. And I mean, I put that in there for 7 minutes, guys. 7 minutes. And I don't have a spoon to show you how good it tastes. But like if you were having, a lot of times if I have company or I know somebody's coming, I can throw something in there. But this is the first time I've done the lava cake in the microwave pressure cooker from Tupperware. I usually do it in a stacked cooker. I do beans, ham and beans. You can do cobblers. I mean, everything in it. But tonight I wanted chocolate. So I'm going to see how moist this is. And I know it's hot, so I'm going to have to be careful. I wished you was here with me. There's plenty enough for all of us. See how much that makes? And look at that jiggle like that. Boy, I'll tell you. That tastes like that cake that woman made when I was a little girl. And guess what? There's not 9 kids here to eat it. That is good and chocolatey. And if you make some of that chocolate fudge, you can put the chocolate morsels on it. But you can make that 3-minute fudge and put it in your refrigerator. And then you could cut some of that on top of that and let that all, because it's made with that sweetened condensed milk, you could lay it down in there. So, yum. I'll save this until 600-pound life comes on. And that's not a joke. I mean, I am the only one that can eat while I'm watching that show. I wished you was here. It's so spongy and moist and all that lava in the bottom. And I always would never make lava cake because I always thought it'd be difficult. And I got some at Bob Evans and the little lava cakes. They didn't cook it in the microwave and the lava was like fudge inside. It wasn't runny or nothing. I ate it and didn't complain, but I thought if it's that hard, I'll never make it. Well, this is it right here. This is the easy way to do it. It tops it really. And that hot fudge, that was hot. Perfect. Now all I need is an ice cream bar that I have in the freezer. Get me a bowl, put some of that in it, and stick that ice cream bar down in there and enjoy my evening. But yes, that is perfect. It's so good. Yeah, Colette. Sorry. That was funny. You was making that fudge that you watched online, Colette, and I said, now I need to make some. You made it look so good. But yeah, this, I mean, there is advantages to the having the Tupperware stuff, as Melissa probably knows. If she does all the stuff she does. But my boys, when they were both here, the grandsons are not now, but I would make, not in this, I'd make it in a stack cooker. And what I did, and I'll do that for you sometime. But Colette, now you're going to have a microwave for sure if I show you that. I took the stack cooker, the one bowl, and I made the cake mix like this, put it in there, and the microwave only cooks 2.5 inches in. So Tupperware made a cone to put in the stack cooker so it would all be cooked like in a round ring. Well, this cake that I did in it, I got a piece of chocolate down there. I put the cake in the stack cooker, and then I was going to use this and I didn't. I forgot all about that, and it still turned out. I was going to put this in it, but I forgot about it. But I take one of these, and I just take the spatula and go around that and plop it right down the middle of that cake mix while it's not baked yet. You put the cake mix in there, pour it in there, plop the icing down in the middle of that, and that serves as a cone. And since your microwave only goes 2.5 inches in, that is your lava right there. And when you get it out, I turned it upside down on a lipped plate. When I turned it upside down, all that lava, it was just like a little volcano come up, not spewed up, but it come up around and down on that cake. And when it cut in like this, but it made its own lava icing and everything. This is more lava on the bottom. It still tastes the same. Anyway, I'll put the lid back on that when the guys come out. I got one back there doing homework. They can have some. I'll put it in a bowl, stick an ice cream bar down the side, by the side of it, and they can have that for a treat. So I think that turned out good, and if you make that fudge, and if you like mint, you can make that mint fudge like I made, the 3-minute mint fudge. You could make chocolate mint and have that mint in the lava. It might not be good, but it sounds like it might be. All kinds of ways you can do it. Anyway, I love doing it. It's just fun. But the reason why I'm on here, because I love talking to you guys better. And I had to think of something. So, anyway, I'll get off of here now, and I'll think of something else. And I wished you just was all here so we could sit around and talk. But there you go. Look at all that lava in there. Chocolate lava. 7 minutes in the microwave. It happened so quick I didn't even think it was done. I was afraid to open it. That's how quick it happened. I'm not used to having a cake in 7 minutes. Especially a chocolate lava cake in 7 minutes. So I put it on pink so you could see it better. There you are. I love you all. And maybe we can get on here and tell some old stories. How's that? God bless you. I'm praying for you all. And I'm anxious to eat the rest of this cake. I hope you all had a great supper. I hope you all had a great supper. And Colette, I just know your mind's a churning. I have to laugh at you because you're like me. Your mind gets a churning. Well, maybe I better make that. Maybe I better do this. Oh, it's okay to be that way too. Yeah, I wished you was here. We would have a blast. Well, I will talk to you all later, and I love you all, and hope you have a really good evening and a good day tomorrow. So God bless you. What I'm thinking about doing tomorrow is getting my iron out, my skillet, and taking some of that cheese we made the other night and making a grilled cheese sandwich. And I know that the guys probably won't want grilled cheese, so I'll throw them something in too. But tomorrow night's church night, so I always like to have something to eat, done. But I've got enough in the refrigerator. So God bless y'all, and I'll talk to you later. And yeah, let's do a road trip. Let's do that, because I love traveling. I love going places. That's one thing about me, is my mom always said I was a gypsy. My dad, his last name was Romine, and she said, them Romine are all gypsies, and she said, you had to turn out just like them. I said, oh, I'm glad I did, because I wouldn't want to sit at home all the time. But yeah, let's plan on doing something like that. Really, seriously, it would really be fun. I mean, that's on my bucket list. So God bless you. I'll talk to you later.